Hey everybody, this is India with Bags and Lifestyle. You are seeing a nice close up angle of the Dooney and Bourke mini Eliza and Holly in the Florentine. This is actually a navy Florentine. Hopefully you can tell on camera or with the contrast with this, but it is a pretty dark navy, I will have to say. So if I put this next to it, you can definitely see that it's navy, but it is really dark. I was expecting it to be lighter, although the leather is absolutely gorgeous. Let's get into the differences of the two bags. First off, as you can see, both of them are similar styles. I wanted to try out this style because I would one day like to purchase an item from Joseph Duclos, and they have a bag that's similar to this, but it is extremely expensive. And for whatever reason, for the past month or so, I have been very attracted to these type of styles, and Dooney, I Love Dooney website had them for a really good price. So I decided to order both because I couldn't decide between these two and figure out which one I wanted to keep. I have long been a fan of the Florentine leather. Just I never have found the right bag for me to purchase in the Florentine leather, but I'm always on the lookout for something in the Florentine. It's just very hardy, it's thick, it's supple, yet it's sturdy enough to stand up on its own, as you can see, and it's just got a beautiful sheen to it. So that's why I really love the Florentine leather. Very luxurious. Okay, so the main difference between the two of these is going to be outside of this one in the Florentine, this one is in the pebbled leather, is the Eliza is shorter, as you can see here. And I will throw up the measurements for both so that way you can see the difference between the two measurements based off of the Dooney and Bourke website. This one has the magnetic closure, whereas the Holly is a little bit more cumbersome because you have to pull this slot out, this strap out, and then open the bag. Oops, okay. Can't do it with one hand. And then you open the bag like that. You see that? That is just beautiful. I do love the hardware that is here, but I think if you wanted to not have to do the whole strap thing, you might be able to carry it like this. You'll just have to make that determination, and hopefully you don't have anything in it that's too heavy. The only other way I can think of, yeah, that's bending it too much. So you would that would be your only option, is just push it in. It doesn't easily come through, but I'm also not putting it on my shoulder and it's empty. So that does make a big difference. So that is one of the turnoffs that I had with this bag, is the fact that this is, I would think, a little bit more work to get in and out of. And I don't love that. Although you could quickly just close it like that and get out the way and secure it later, secure it better later. Oh, yep. The Eliza has bottom feet, whereas the Holly does not. So keep that in mind. And the Holly has a wider base, if you can see that, versus the Eliza here, which is kind of rounder and not as wide at the bottom. So I would say that the Holly is a little bit more consistent with the shape versus the Holly. I'm sorry, that's the Holly, this is Eliza, versus the Eliza. I might go with Pebbled and Florentine so I don't get the names mixed up. This one does come with a little side, well, I was going to say side tassel, but a luggage tag, which is nice. And from the side here, you can see the profile. So the Eliza, like you can see here, has a wider base. It curves up slightly right here. When it's packed, when it's empty, it has this dip on both sides. So I think that's their way of, because notice like rocking it, I feel like that's to keep it from falling forward. That is just my theory. But if anyone else knows why, let me know. And what you can see here is that with the Eliza is taller, so that is a difference as well. Both bags do not have any pocket on the back, which is unfortunate. I think that would have been great. They already had the seam here. Just thinking, why not make a pocket? That would have been wonderful. So you can see that. And also I wanted to point out, the Eliza, you cannot take the straps off. You do have a long, generous strap, whereas with the Holly, you can. Both have a key keeper on the inside, and both interiors are the same. They both have a slip pocket, a zippered pocket. Just on the Eliza, the zippered pocket along the back is up higher, but they both have a key keeper on the inside. Talk about what fits inside. So I'm going to, before I do that, let me just do a measurement here. I think it's because I got the strap open. I'm going to do a measurement on the inside, the opening, the mouth. So from the widest point to the widest point, it's about 7.5 inches. And from the widest point to the widest point, it's about, actually it's wider, which is interesting. This one's at 7.5. My apologies. This one's at 7. I'm sorry. This one's at right at 7. This one's at 7.5. I apologize. I said that incorrectly. All right. So let's go ahead and do what fits inside.
Let me take this strap out. And I want to be as gentle with this bag as possible because I don't want to damage something or do too much to it. Which, based off of the color of this, spoiler alert, I intend on sending this one back because I am not in love with this color, although I love the leather. The coin person here. We're going to put hand sanitizer. This is one of those bags you can't really put a organizer in because it is very narrow. I do that. Oops. And then, like, let's say we'll put our keys. You could put them in the key keeper. Just want to show putting something bulky in there so you can get an idea.
And you can fit a few other things in there. If I show you here, there is a little bit more room, but you saw the bulky items that I was able to fit. And let me just close it. I have not distorted the shape, and it closes very easily. So with that consistent shape along the top, I don't want that to break. With the consistent shape along the whole body of the bag, I think that it does help, so that way you can plan what you need to put in here, but it does fit a lot of bulky items, which is good. If you want to carry something thinner, you can. Like you saw how thick my lotion was. Okay, so let's do a comparison of the Holly. I'm sorry, I said let's do a comparison of the Holly. Y'all are gonna be like, what is wrong with you? Let's do a comparison of the Eliza. This is the Eliza card holder. I'm putting it in vertically so it takes up less room. And then put my change purse in here. And I just want to mention, because I thought this was a good point, I can't remember the lady's name, but if I can, I'll throw her channel in the description box. But she was mentioning that some people, when she watches their videos, they will show what fits inside, but it's not what you would call a true what fits inside, because they'll show you things without items in them. As you can see, these are all bulky pieces and they are full. So that, rest assured, they are filled in, so it gives you a better idea. She was just saying that to just let people know, not to bash anyone, but just to say, keep that in mind, because if they're putting something flat in there, it makes a difference if there's not anything in it versus when there is. So just wanted to point that out. And lotion, I like to put it right side up if it's not in a case or not in a organizer, because if it spills out, it's going to spill inside the bag. This is less likely, in my opinion, that it will spill out because the lid is up here. And then I'll put my spray, hand sanitizer. Gotta have chapstick. Got to. I don't wear makeup, so chapstick is it. And then I'll put my keys. Now, notice because the Eliza, the zipper pocket is down here, it makes it more difficult to get any bulky things in there. So if you want to put receipts in there, I feel like that would be easier. Otherwise, if I put this in, it's going to take up more room. So this is where I would need to use the key keeper and hook that on there. And ideally, because I don't need my keys to start my car, I would put those in before I put anything else, so it ends up at the bottom. But now, as you can see, it fills in that open space here. Now there's a little bit more room in here, so if I wanted to stuff some more items in, I could, but I also don't like to shuffle things around to get things out. I don't like to put things on top of things because it's just harder to get to what I need. To me, convenience is I open my bag and I can get to right what I would need. So I don't overstuff my bags for that reason. So let me just close it. And you'll notice here, I have not changed the shape. You'll notice this natural curve right here. That is, seems like that's just the natural shape and design of the bag because it just still has that curve in here. And everything fits in. Now, if you notice, I got them pretty full. And with both, I just realized I did not fit my phone in there. So keep that in mind. That is where a back pocket would be nice. And let's just, where's my phone? I'm going to show you all with my work phone, which is an iPhone 12. It's thinner. It has a thinner profile than my oldie but goodie iPhone 10. But if I wanted to fit my phone in here, technically I could by turning the hand sanitizer to the side. I personally would not be comfortable with that, but it does fit. And on the other bag, I'm pretty sure it does as well. So let me know if you have any questions. And based off of this, I actually am not going to keep either bag. I feel like I'm having to, there's a couple of other things I would want to fit in here. And it's not really going to be the grab and go bag that I want. So both will go back. Thanks for watching. Bye.